Welcome to Stick to Rugby, brought to you by Defender. Today, we're going to talk about Shanks' meet and greet story.
It's not worth it. Just dodgy meet and greet company.
Name them. Name and shame.
I got to be honest with you, I thought for meet and greet and it was marvellous. Shanks turned up in about 5 minutes. In fairness, he's good like that. He's good
I am
like
a
that.
good chauffeur. But anyway, my meet and greet company at Bristol Airport didn't turn up for an hour and a half, and then they messaged me to say it's in another car park and the key's on the back wheel.
So that should be called left and run, not meet and greet.
Yeah. I was a little bit worried about it, but I'm going to write that story down so I remember never to tell it again. You stitched me up here. You stitched me up here. I didn't want to tell it. Topsy, what have you got for us?
Here we go. Here's our question of the day. Would you rather be able to speak 6 different languages or talk to animals?
Oh my God.
Talk to animals.
Just call me
Easy.
Dr. Dolittle.
That name's already taken. You need to come up with your own name.
Scotty Doolittle. Scotty Doolittle. Honestly, I kind of think I do speak to animals in a kind of way.
Oh, wow.
Because
which animal would you speak to? What would be your first on your list?
I know.
my dog and go, stop shitting on the carpet.
Okay.
I would speak to jackdaws, which are like crows,
Okay.
in the trees behind my house, and just tell them to piss off.
Okay.
And then also a neighbour's dog, to stop barking. What's the matter with you? Why are you barking? Shut up.
Perhaps he's trying to reach out to you and you don't know. Shanks.
Yeah.
I love you, Shanks. I loved it when you played. Perhaps that's what he's saying. You were the best centre ever, and you want to shut him up. You see, if you could speak to animals, he may be saying that to you. He's in awe of you, Shanks.
Maybe.
Like most, you know that horse. you know that horse you walk past all the time, and he's going. You know what I mean? He's probably saying, "That's Tom Shanklin over there."
Who picked these topics?
I'd love to ride him. There's Tom Shanklin.
My father loved you.
Yeah.
We've had another question come in as well.
What is it?
And that is, what cartoon character most resembles you? I'll go Casper.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you are a friendly
Or-
ghost.
Or Morph.
Or Voldemort.
Or Morph. He's not cartoon yet.
That's my class. That's my favourite one.
He's not cartoon yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Can I be one that I'd like to be if I could come back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'd like to be Banana. You know, Super Ted.
Banana Man.
And then Super, or Banana Man.
Eric by day.
Just I like the fact
Banana
that
Man.
they could had a little costume change, you know?
Yeah.
But I also like Super Ted as well because he looks pretty cool.
How about you?
Captain Planet.
Captain
Planet!
You
That is
don't
a
want-
brilliant one! Oh my God, I used to love the theme tune to that.
Yeah. I was like,
See, Topsy doesn't want to be
All right.
Captain America because it's so small. It's just one little country. He just wants to be
Captain
Captain
Planet.
Planet.
Scotty, what would you be?
Oh man, probably Captain Caveman.
Chaos.
Captain Caveman. Oh, just absolutely amazing. Didn't really have to, when he got up in the morning, didn't really have to have a wash. You know what I mean? He was there, he was rocking and rolling. Didn't matter. Get up, go out, whack something on the head, eat it. Make sure that you've just discovered fire. Happy days.
Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman.
It's a good nickname for you as well, all right?
It is actually.
I quite like Captain Caveman.
Who was on the podcast today?
Ollie Chessum!
hey.
The British Lion himself. He's on the podcast.
He's a big man. We saw him as well. He's
So
such
tall.
a big man, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Who would he be?
Garfield.
Garfield.
so predictable. The ginger references.
Too easy.
It was too easy.
Or he could be Shaggy.
Yeah.
That's a great
great
one.
shout.
He could be Shaggy.
Yeah, see, there
Well
we go.
done.
When you go in now, Shanks, go and do.
No.
Pretend to be Scooby.
I'm going to say, Scott, I'll just call you Shaggy, mate, from Scooby-Doo. You know the really thick one?
Yeah.
I reckon that's you. Anyway, how are you?
Welcome to the show.
When Eddie told me that I was going to play that weekend, couldn't believe it. I don't think anyone truly believes that you're going to play for your country. So then when it happens, it's incomparable really to anything else.
Being named club captain for your club must be a huge honour as well.
I'd put it right up there with one of the biggest rugby achievements I've had. I've been a Leicester Tigers boy all my life.
Of course, you don't get a national anthem with the British and Irish Lions.
Oh, you do. Clive Woodward tried to create one.
See it into your memory.
All become one. Have you put any goals on the season so far? Is it top 4?
If you're not in it to win it, then...
There we go.
Top.
That's
Top 4.
Well, I'm speaking Welsh rugby.
When I first got picked playing the back row, I was like, it's a bit of an insult, really. Like,
You are.
I want an out-and-out, do you know what I mean?
You're welcome in the back row. You put you back up there if you want, son.
I did No Woman, No Cry as my England debut. I did the Jamaican accent and everything, yeah.
Right, Georgia's brought in our local delicacies today. These are chocolate chip muffins.
They're definitely
Georgia, our
homemade.
producer. They basically no one wants to make cakes anymore, so someone else has got to do it.
It's a lovely little.
Feel free.
They're very heavy. They're very heavy.
Double.
Are they?
Thank you.
Yeah, they're dense,
Oh, they are.
like you.
They're not that bad.
Wow, that was
Start
early.
already.
That was
Sorry.
early.
Sorry.
Shots fired.
Sorry.
ADM. Just because you're on the back foot recently with your high tackles and your swinging arms. Red cards.
That was years ago.
Yeah, they are nice. They are nice. Well, Ollie, welcome to Stick to Rugby.
Welcome.
Brought to you by
Got me
Defender.
on now.
We'll ask you a question.
Saw that. Thought I'd go at you straight away. Thanks for joining us on this show. And we
Thank
like
you
to
for having
warm our guests up with a little game before we get into it. Now, I'm going to name 2 things, and you're going to say which one you would prefer. Okay, so it's pretty simple. 2 more Lions tours or an England World Cup win?
I'll go World Cup.
I don't happen for a while, is it?
Wow.
In the men's game.
men's game.
Yeah. Home World Cup or World Cup on tour?
Yeah, I'll go home World Cup.
Oh, you want the pressure. Nice. Tigers or Saints?
It's no brainer, isn't it? Tigers.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm just
Who
reading.
wrote that? Who wrote that?
I'm just
question?
reading what's here, mate. Coffee or tea?
It depends when, but coffee for now in the morning, yeah.
When does tea come into it then?
Evening time. You
Oh, is it?
I'm so with you on that.
play.
So with you. Come on.
You don't want a coffee before bed, do you?
No.
Although there's always the argument that tea's got a bit of caffeine in it, so, but I don't know.
Does anyone have
I don't believe
Somebody
it.
said there's more caffeine in tea than there is in coffee.
I have heard that as well.
I've heard that.
BAP or roll? What's the correct terminology?
BAP. Yeah.
Premier Champs or Champions Cup winner? Oh. So Europe or domestic?
I'll go Europe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you a lazy day off man or active recovery?
a bit of both.
Yeah.
A bit of both. Like sauna and an ice bath, if I can, and then put your feet up for the rest of the day. Yeah, so a bit of both.
Well, so hang on. So the sauna and the ice bath is the active bit.
Actually, they're both quite passive when you.
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, no, I like to get my
Give a
recovery
golf.
done.
Give a
Yeah.
golf.
I haven't played golf in a long while. Keep getting shoulder surgeries. Have stopped that one. I'm on the clay pigeon shooting at the minute, actually. With my brother, yeah. So on the clays, it's not too bad.
What's the average like?
Oh, I'm crap compared to my brother. Yeah, he's
He's
he
good,
beats
is he?
every. Yeah, there's 3 of us, and the youngest is by far the best out of the 3 of us. Got a good eye for it, but yeah.
Cricket or football? Because you were good at cricket, I think. Was
Yeah.
that right?
I watch more football than I do cricket, so I'll go football.
Oh, okay.
You pacey?
Yeah, I was a bowler when I was younger. Yeah.
That's why you're having shoulder injuries.
Yeah, well, maybe if I'd stuck to cricket, I wouldn't have had as many surgeries. But yeah, no, I enjoyed my cricket. My old man was a good cricket player, so yeah, enjoyed it.
You warmed up. You ready to go?
Yeah, firing. Mate.
Brilliant.
In. Who's your football team out of interest?
I'm controversial being from Lincolnshire. I'm a Liverpool fan, but my whole
There you go,
family,
there you go.
Liverpool fans.
Oh, they
so.
are nice.
Everyone supports Liverpool here.
They do.
It's mental.
Well, you two don't.
Glory hunt. I don't support.
Who do you support then?
I don't.
You don't support
I follow
anybody?
football, but I just don't have a team. If it was going to be someone, it would probably be Man U.
Oh God.
Stinker.
you literally. Do you know what? Right? Do you know what? Do you know what? You could literally now you haven't committed to a team, and in their predicament now, you're still going to go with Man U.
The reason being is because there's a lot of photos of me when I was younger in a Man U kit. Okay, so
yeah, but that's child abuse. your parents are sticking you with that. Now you have an option to what you wear.
Ollie, pleasure to have you here. Got to start with a huge congratulations for the Lions tour in the summer. Incredible achievement. So let's start at the beginning of that. The moment you found out you were going on tour, what was that like?
Yeah, it was special. I got asked if people would film it. I was like, I don't want anyone in the house in case it goes the way I don't want it to go. It'd be awkward if I'm sat in tears and some blokes sat with a camera. So I'm not normally one to record things like that, but I set a little video of my mum and my youngest brother. My middle brother was over in Japan, so he wasn't there. Yeah, it was pretty special. I've got that memory for life now. I can watch it back. But it's nerve-wracking. I knew I was a C, so I knew I was out early doors. They went forward second, so I had a bit of waiting to do, but I tried to figure it out, sort of who was in contention. As soon as they said Tyg Burns' name, I was like, if I'm not next, I'm pretty sure I'm done. God. So luckily you did a
load of homework.
Well, no, I just thought I knew I'd be out early doors, and I'd FaceTime Ben Youngs. He was like, he was saying like, basically, if we reckon you'll be the first C out, and if you're not, then I was like, oh, so cheers. So I kind of knew, and luckily I was. So I was happy to.
Yeah, you know if it's gone curry, that's it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah. So no, it was proper cool.
And then how was the heart rate at that moment? Because I mean, the Lions selection is probably one of the few left where it is a genuine surprise. Like you all find out at the exact same time when it's announced. So what was that like?
Correct. Do you know, I'm so surprised the amount of people that don't believe that is genuinely like how it plays out. Because I think, I don't know, did they used to get a letter?
So when we had the letter through the door, it was embossed with the badge and everything, and you were like, oh my God, this, and then you go, oh, what if they tell me I'm not going? And you open up, congratulations, you were selected to go to South Africa in 1997. And then 2001 then, we had letters again, but I couldn't resist it. I had to phone my old man, because he was a selector on both tours. So, Dad, any chance of, if I am going, I'll take you out for a lovely meal with Mum tomorrow night. Quiet, nothing. Book for 7:30. Yes! So it wasn't quite what you went through, but there was a moment where I wasn't sure.
But yeah, no, heart rate was through the roof for a few minutes, and then after my name was, I couldn't tell you of any of the forwards who was picked apart from Genji. I remember Genji's name coming up, and obviously he's a good mate of mine, so it was good to see him. But I couldn't tell you anyone else that was picked afterwards. I had to go back through and look at it because I was just numb for sort of 10 minutes afterwards. But yeah.
Did you have to play any games then for your club before the tour?
Yeah.
Was it nervous times, thinking, I just want to get through these?
We were in the running for semis and finals, so it was a good way actually to sort of forget about that and just sort of get stuck into other stuff. But yeah, I suppose I wasn't thinking it, but all the pundits in the media around it are always, that's always a risk, isn't it? But that's the game, isn't it? You dabble with that sort of risk every time you play. So
when you get together as a squad, how do you guys integrate? Because it's not that long previous, you've been knocking lumps out of each other in the Six Nations, and now you've got this very short window to become the best team to go and take on the Southern Hemisphere. So what's that process like?
Well, fortunately, we had a media day, I reckon about a week after we did it, and that was proper first day at school. I walked in, I drove down with Will Stewart, because we'd played Bath the night before, so I stayed in Bath and went down with him and Finn Russell. And I was we were glued together for sort of 15 minutes, and then slowly everyone sort of comes in, you shake hands, but that was a good icebreaker, I think, that day, in terms of just getting everyone to meet lads. Because it's weird, you introduce yourself, I'm Ollie, and it's and he'll go, I'm Tiger, I'm not sure if I know exactly who you are, do you know what I mean? I know I've played against you a dozen times, but it's still a weird kind of atmosphere. But then actually, as soon as we got on tour, we just sort of hit the ground running. I felt lads had made a conscious effort to sort of get to know each other. And
Do you have to do anything in front of everyone to stand up and say, this is me, this is what I'm going to bring?
No, that would have been my worst nightmare, I think. Yeah, so thank God.
You didn't have to sing or anything? What because in thing, when you get your cap now, or when you get things to get, you've got to sing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be capped.
No thanks.
I honestly, I like.
Well, the Welsh are meant to be good singers, aren't they?
I'm a quarter English, and it's all my voice box. It's just I could not think of anything worse than having to play an international rugby and then you got to think of a song after. When did that start? Did you ever do that?
Yeah. Most people have done it.
Yeah, all done it, had to, yeah. I'd probably say I was more nervous about the song than the game.
Yeah.
100%.
What was your song?
I didn't have to do one for the Lions for whatever reason. They did get a few boys up to do it, and someone shouted my name. And I don't know who was sat behind me, but just shouted, "Oh no, I've already done it." And I just kept my head down. I was like, "I'm not gonna say anything." So I didn't have to sing. I did "No Woman, No Cry" was my England debut.
Oh, fantastic!
Nice.
Go on, then.
I knew that was following. I did I did the Jamaican accent and everything.
Yeah, there we go.
Very good.
But, yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
But no, I didn't have to do one on tour, so I got quite lucky. I think a few of the boys had to do it.
Is there anybody that you went on tour with and that was in the squad, you thought, oh, not sure, and then, because it's funny, the bonds you build and the people that you may thought, oh, I'm not sure about him, and you become best friends?
The weird one for me was Finlay Beelum, and this is a really weird story, but you know when you play in opposition like this, the coach's job to like build up a bit of a story behind it, almost try and get you to hate someone, and we played Connacht away a few years ago for Leicester. I told him this story, and we were like 20 points down with 20 minutes to go. We ended up winning the game last minute, and he came off after 60 minutes, and he's like beating his chest, was giving it big uns to the crowd. And I remember Steve Borthwick played the clip in the meeting a week after we won, and was like, you know, right, look at this. Like they thought they'd won it sort of at 60 minutes, what have you. And so I don't know, for whatever reason, I had this perception of him that he was just a bit of an arse, really. And then got into camp, and he's one of the best blokes I've ever met. A complete weirdo, proper freak.
Did you do anything when you first met up, like sort of team bond and stuff? Was it a big piss up, or was it some sort of? Do you have a company come in and do some team building?
Like not really. Like once you got to Australia, it's sort of like the first 3 weeks were just complete. You're in like a washing machine, really. It was just constant on a fly somewhere else. But you know, it's after a game, the lads, we had a few beers and what have you, and I think a few beers is the best way to
relax a bit.
Find out, just find out what everyone's really about, So no, it was, but we didn't have any big hoorah. We did towards the end. We had a few big nights out, but like you're always doing, there's all the off-field stuff that the lads set up. Like I won't go into too much detail. I feel like the bus is a sacred place, but they did eventually manage to get a camera on there. But all that kind of stuff, do you know what I mean? They set up the committees and stuff, so there's always a bit of crack going on, and that's, you kind of get to find out about a bit more about lads really that way. Rather.
Were you on a committee?
I was on
laundry.
No, I was on.
That's the worst one.
I was on News from Home, which was just as bad as laundry, really. And
News
from Home. Yeah, crap, really. Yeah,
What did you have to do?
Yeah, tell us.
Just literally report any news from home. So be it stuff from your clubs or genuine. Just most of the days, it was just reading out like sports results from the night before, or stuff off.
So basically, you were the social media of the Lions store.
I was in a group with me, Gary Ringrose, and Marcus Smith.
Did you make some shit up?
No, but we had to pull some stuff out of hats. Like some days were dry. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We're in a group chat at 11 o'clock at night before you go to bed, and you're like, who's on tomorrow morning? Obviously, because we just sort of rotated. And it'd be like, I don't know, I wish I could remember some of the stuff that we ended up spouting out, but it was just like screenshot, bang it in. It'd be the most boring news article that you can. But I think that's the whole point of it, was to make it boring, so...
Stick to Rugby, brought to you by Defender. Was there part of you prior to first test selection thinking, am I in, am I not in? You know, you're going against your captain who's a second row as well, so there's only one other space available, and then do you start sort of self-doubting yourself a little bit?
I don't know, it sounds bad, but like I'd have bitten your hand off to play one test. So obviously the first selection I was nervous, but I knew, the thing is, the quality of the players on the tour, you knew it was always going to be tough to get in, but I was fortunate enough to play two off the bench and start one. I think my mum was more worried than I was. Obviously they had to gamble a little bit as to whether to come out for the games against the provinces or gamble on a test, and she was made up and they'd all flown out.
Did you gamble on the test?
Yeah, they came out. The way I sold it to them was like, if I don't play a test, at least you'll get to come out and watch an actual Lions test series as opposed to. So they came out. Unfortunately, I got to play. But yeah, it's a bit like the selection of the whole tour all over again. Because I think the first 3 weeks as a group, everyone's sort of expected to play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if you don't play, you kind of use that as it's just rotation. Whereas like once you get to the test week, it's like, right now it's sort of a bit of me v you sort of thing. Like if I'm not in, then clearly they see, the other bloke as a better player. So now I was made up to have played in all three.
With being over there, and talking to some of the people over there, they found that it was so difficult because when you tour with England and you go away, you play test matches now. You don't really play provincial matches, and to have that Saturday, Tuesday, move hotel. People think you're away for 6.5 weeks. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Oh, what parts of Australia did you see? Do you enjoy Australia? You go, I saw hotel rooms, I saw training pitches, I saw stadiums, I saw hotel rooms, I saw training pitches, I saw stadiums. And that's kind of strange for the modern player if they haven't been on a Lions tour before. How did you feel? How did you see that with such quick rotation in games?
Like I said, the first 3 weeks was just complete bonkers. Like we'd play on a Saturday, you're flying on a Sunday, you do like a team walkthrough on a Monday, captains run Tuesday, and then you're playing again on Wednesday. And then the Wednesday to Saturday is even shorter turnarounds. It's like fly, captains run, play. And so, like you say, we went to Canberra, but I didn't leave the hotel because there was nothing going on in Canberra anyway.
I've got to be honest with you, Canberra you saw the best bit of Canberra.
Yeah.
You've got a casino there, that's it.
It was in the hotel, actually, yeah. So that's what I mean, didn't have to leave the hotel. But like, it was about 4 degrees, freezing cold, nothing's going on. But you literally we went from the hotel to the training pitch. The training pitch was beside the stadium, so then back to hotel, and then you play the game. So like the last 3 weeks were pretty cool. That felt like proper touring in a sense that we could, you had a week in one location to get out and see what it was all about. But typical weather sort of followed us over to Australia. It was just wet through for the last 2 weeks, so that even that wasn't.
I saw you
great.
in Sydney in a little Italian. You're trying to be inconspicuous with full-on Lions gear on.
Brilliant.
Full stash.
Yeah, full stash stuff.
You don't actually have to, this is the other thing, is I overpacked for that tour, like you wouldn't believe. You actually don't have to, if I'd have known now, I would have just taken boots. Like the amount of kit you get for...
You weren't stashed up.
That stuff.
I was making that up.
No, but I probably would have been on another night, that's the thing. So I'll hold on to that. Do you know what I mean? It was bonkers, but yeah.
What have you done with it? With all your kit?
It's sort of currency now as blackmail against your uncles and stuff. You know what I mean? If you need a favour, I'll give you a shirt.
Nice.
So I've tried to ship most of it off because otherwise it just sits in a... Yeah. I've just got suitcases of England kit at home and it's the same and it'll just sit there. So someone might as well get some use.
What have you done with your kit? When you got all your kit and that.
I've got a bag now that I've siphoned through like bits of from different eras. Because when the women, we started off with like Gilbert, and then we went all the way through Nike and Umbro and all the way around. So there's some like nice little bits, but it's only in one bag in the loft, like you see. Because otherwise you just sit on it, don't you? Like, what do you want to wear it again?
You can't wear it, yeah.
Yeah, all the relevant kit is gone. Like you've given that away to charity, but there's some random stuff up there, like this Japan jerseys or like a lot of teams you played against, just random jerseys.
That's cool.
Keep them. I'm waiting for a fancy dress party or something like that. If we've got dressed as a country, I'll come out full on
as a
Italian
rugby player. What was actually as well, while you were in Australia, what was the energy like around the series as well? Because obviously some of us were here in England, some of you guys were out in Australia. Did you feel a noticeable shift into Test week? And there was a lot of talk about, the NRL was happening at the same time. So how did it feel being out there in terms of the energy around the Test?
The first time I really started to notice it was Adelaide. That must have been the first game included in a Lions package because that was the first time where we went to Captain's Run and there was a wall of just red shirts at the Captain's Run, and then that was the first game I remember where there was a proper like block of red jerseys in the stadium, and then like you'd be in, so let's say we're in Brisbane, and Monday to Tuesday or Monday to Thursday, all the fans had obviously booked a little holiday to, I don't know where, Gold Coast, and flown off. And then Thursday, it was like they all just flocked in and it was just crazy. It was, like, I remember the World Cup and it was the same amount of people, but in a World Cup, there's, I don't know how many countries are there, do you know what I mean? So it was like, when we were there, it was like there was that many people, but they're all just there to watch the Lions. It was bonkers. Like we'd go out for coffees and there was just swarms of people about, like red jerseys everywhere. It was crazy. But yeah, no, the Test weeks, it went up a notch completely.
And the Sun Cup, standing there. And it's a funny one when you're a player, because you stand there and you expect to sing the national anthem, do you know?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you don't get a national anthem with the British and Irish Lions. You got to listen to us.
Oh, you do. Clive Woodward tried to create one in 05 called The Power of Four.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have.
It was the worst anthem ever.
Yeah.
We had to try and learn it before we get. It was horrendous. They binned it.
Did they?
Yeah. It was like, yeah.
Did you actually sing it?
Yeah, we tried to. I can't remember it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Come
See
on.
it into your memory.
Four become one. That's a Spice Girls.
We got that.
I would
Got
pay
it.
to see that.
I would as well.
I would pay
But
to see
yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we tried an anthem once.
Yeah, it never. But then you got to listen to the Australian national anthem, and you got to stand there, and then you see the amount of fans there, British and Irish Lions fans. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's like nothing I've ever played in before. The MCG was like out of this world, like nearly 100,000. I think it was 90 odd thousand in there. And we went a few nights before to watch a AFL game. I was like, this place is massive.
Yeah.
But then when we went for the captain's run, they stood in the middle. It was like, oh my God. And then it was just packed to the rafters on the game. It was, different level. I've never played in a ground like it. And it's weird in Australia because all the grounds we seem to play at, apart from Suncorp, are all like cricket grounds, basically, or like the Accor in Sydney's a Olympic stadium. So you're on this rugby pitch that's in the middle of this huge field, so the crowd's miles away, so it just feels even bigger. It's bonkers. But
And then we win that second test, but you got those moments at the end of the game where there's a TMO decision coming.
oh yeah,
And you're standing, everybody is standing there sort of watching.
Not our
and,
Jack.
And you're like,
our Jack.
And in that moment, it could go either way.
yeah. And you stand there and you watch it and you're fine. You convince yourself it's absolutely fine, but then you've seen some of the decisions that get given. Yeah. And obviously when Hugo had scored that try, like we'd done lengths of the sideline, like we got played a video like Ty Furlong is like bouncing around, limbs everywhere, and then obviously it all stops and you just see the ref, give it, and it's like, please don't do this to us. But no, luckily. I say luckily, textbook clear out, as they say.
Never in doubt.
Yeah.
And quiet celebrations afterwards as well.
Yeah. No, that was, and actually, I think, highlight of the tour for me was sat in a ring on the MCG pitch afterwards. Like as a kid, like you say, that grew up watching cricket. Like that's so cool. They let families on the pitch, and my younger brother has pulled a clump of the MCG home with him, took it home, and he's got that in a little. He's a proper he's cricket mad, so... But I just sit in the circle, like everyone, singing songs, a few beers in the middle of the MCG, don't think you can top that one.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Coming through the age grade system, you were in Sleaford Rugby Football Club. And tell us how you got into rugby and how that then transformed into that Lions win.
My whole family are a sporting family. Like Dad played cricket, football, rugby, played all three. But I didn't start playing rugby really till I was start of secondary school. I played football and cricket from a youngster, and then my old man played a little bit on the side. He was a prison officer, so he played for the prison officers team, what have you. So I went down and watched him play a few times. And then I got to year 7, and my PE teacher was a family friend of ours, and he was like, "You need to play rugby." Like I was a bit of a beanpole, but I was fairly big for a year 7, and then that was it. I wouldn't say I took it like a duck to water. I was all right when I was year 7 and 8. I was way taller than everyone. And then I quit playing when I was like 15. They put me
you were in the Tigers pathway at the time.
Yeah. So I'd only been playing rugby 6 months, and they put me in the Tigers pathway. And then all of a sudden it was like Tuesday, Thursday training, and I was like, I just signed up for like a Sunday social with my mates, sort of thing, to play rugby. And I got fed up of it really. So I quit playing rugby when I was 15 for about a year, and then. It was my cousin actually. He played another club down the road, Stephen, which is the club I probably spent most of my time at. And I started playing rugby with my cousin again when I was like 16. And then when I got into sixth form, that's when teachers were like, right, maybe we'll put you forward for the representative stuff. And then that was it. It just sort of just went from there, really. Yeah.
And was it then back to Tigers, into the pathway of the Tigers?
Yeah. So I did so obviously you got the academy system, and then I did the school system really, but my school was my local school. It wasn't a rugby school, so I went and played for Notts Links Derby as their representative team. Then you got through to play for the Midlands, and then they picked a team to represent England counties from that. So I went into that system, and that's when Tigers were like, come for a academy trial. They couldn't offer me anything. So I actually I went on a pre-season trial at Nottingham when in the Champ, and they signed me for a year. So I was actually like a Nottingham player. I went out on loan. I played for a season in the Champ with Nottingham, and then Tigers asked me to go back about halfway through that season. And
how did you find that with Nottingham? Because I know it goes down, but you develop so much in that. It's a different type of game. The intensity isn't quite there. Is it? You can play a little bit more.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I got so lucky. Like, I think had it not happened that year, I probably wouldn't be a professional player. I was lucky that I got to be at Nottingham when the Champ was still, all clubs are full time basically. So I was in a full time training environment, and to be honest with you, it probably worked out better for me than had I been at a Premiership club. If you're an 18-year-old at a Prem club, especially in a forwards, you're going down to Nat 1 to play really, like there, and slowly. Whereas I was at 18 playing in the Champ when most lads in my position at Premiership clubs were probably playing Nat 1 or uni rugby. So I was playing like a high standard of rugby, and yeah, I was properly fortunate. I think that it just happened for me that year, because I was at Nottingham that year, and in February COVID hit. So
God, you're young.
But like after COVID, Nottingham's now a part-time club. Most Champ clubs are part-time. Like, it completely changes the dynamic. You're not in a full-time training environment. You're working Monday, Friday, and then training Tuesdays and Thursday evenings. So I got properly lucky, but it was huge for me playing at Nottingham. Like, just
always second row or a little bit of back row in there as well?
I was always second row at Nottingham. I didn't pick up back row really until I got to Leicester. Steve Borthwick at the time got me playing a bit of 8, 6, and then I'm sort of between the two now. But I was always second row at Nottingham. I don't know how, because I was about 110 kilos wet through. But
do you have a preference now?
I don't know. I'd still say second row. I'd still say I'm a second row that can play 6. I play most of my rugby at second row. Like at Leicester, I play second row. More recently with England, I've sort of dabbled in both, and obviously I got to play at 6 on the Lions tour. But there's not a lot of difference in it for me, other than where you.
It's good to have that versatility, though, isn't it? As well, you'll always be involved in a squad in some shape or form.
Yeah, that's what Steve. When I first got picked to play in the back row, I was like, it's a bit of an insult, really. Like, I was like, am I not good enough to play second row? And he was like, no, I'm just trying to add more.
You are. You are.
Well, I want an out. Do you know what I mean?
You're welcome in the back row. You push you back a bit if you want, son. Push you back a bit if you want.
Not in that way, but do you know what I mean? When you're always trained as a second row, I was like, hang on a minute, he's not trained. He's not playing me in my normal position. I was like, am I doing something wrong, sort of thing? And he was like, no, I'm just trying to add more strings to your bow, kind of thing. And yeah, it's.
Is it Eddie Jones? I said he compared you to Courtney Laws in being able to play in the role, come back, having that versatility, but having that skill set as well. Courtney Laws is a hell of a player. That must have been quite a moment as well. Thinking, he's properly good.
Yeah, as a youngster, when I think it was in my first camp when Eddie brought me in, I remember him saying that. I saw it and I was like, yes. Took me back a little bit. Obviously, Courtney's someone that I've grown up watching. So, and then I was lucky enough to play alongside him for 2 or 3 years with England. But yeah, that was.
Did Eddie call you to say you're in the squad in 2022?
No. It was actually a weird way to find out. We were up in the gym, and Ben Youngs has obviously seen. He's got added to. We were forwards, were doing a bit of contact stuff. Lenny's in the gym on his phone. And he's obviously just got added to the WhatsApp group that you get added to that they sort of let you know. So then he's given it a big one, and then all the lads have just given me like a big sort of rap sort of thing. I've gone downstairs after we finished the contact to check my phone, and I'm obviously in the group chat, so I've straight on the blower to my mum and dad and family and whatever. And let them know.
You find out via WhatsApp?
Yeah,
added to a group.
We added
That's
to WhatsApp.
wild.
We added to a WhatsApp group, and then 10 minutes later the media release came out, so we pretty much found out.
And that was your first cap?
That was my first camp, yeah.
Is it as brutal as if you find out on a Sunday afternoon you're not in a WhatsApp group? You probably don't even have to turn up to training.
Yeah, you're refreshing your app a few times, I think.
You're like, have you beaten
yeah.
nannies?
But yeah, no, you do. The first thing you do, you go on the WhatsApp group, you click on it, and you just have a scroll through and see
who's come and gone.
Who's in there with the
From Nottingham, Leicester, to get into your first camp and then getting your first cap. It's quite a whirlwind, really.
Yeah.
And what was that moment like? Because that's special in anybody's career to get your first cap.
It's cliche, but I'd never dreamt it'd have actually happened. I remember it was Italy away. Mum and brother came out to watch, but when Eddie told me that I was gonna play that weekend, I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then I was sat on the bench, and I remember then they shouted my name down from the bench, and I stood up, bib off, like lost the plot a little bit, and George Ford and Ben Young sat next to me, and they like had to sort of calm me down a little bit. But I was, I don't think anyone ever truly believes that you're going to play for your country. So then when it happens, it's
amazing,
incomparable really to anything else. Yeah.
When you're in camp, is it because it's been such a whirlwind? Is it just something that you never take for granted? But every time you turn up, the Lions to England, you get there, you can almost take it all on board because it's something you haven't chased for 10 years. It's like McIlroy, when he wins the Masters after such a long period. It's finally, the joy of that. But is it something now you're just taking your stride? The Lions and coming back now, Leicester, you're captain of Leicester this year as well. It's fast-paced, and you seem to enjoy everything.
Yeah, I think I'd never ever take it for granted that you play for your country. It's still like, it still baffles me now. But I think you just try and find different challenges within different things. I mean, like so Leicester for this year, for example. Obviously, I've just been made captain, so that's a new challenge in itself. But obviously, we've got a new coaching setup, so it's a new challenge to get your teeth sort of stuck into. With the England team at the minute, we're sort of building a bit of momentum, so there's a challenge there for us to keep that going. So you always find little challenges within things to just keep it as exciting as it was the first time you did it, I think.
With challenges, injuries are obviously a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
We read somewhere that you injured your ankle and you had to retrain yourself how to run.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I've had a few sort of unfortunate, most of mine have come on the training ground really, and just unfortunate incidents. That one was in Six Nations of 2023, I think. I dislocated my ankle, fractured my tib or fib, I can't even remember. Yeah, I remember it was horrid. I remember rolling over and my foot was sort of on the wrong way around, sort of thing. But yeah, I've had a few injuries, and I still don't think you ever expect it to be as hard as it is when you're actually doing it. That was my first major injury. I'd never had an operation before from a rugby injury, and obviously they fix your ankle. You do all the gym stuff. You run on a Alter G, they call it, like a anti-gravity treadmill. So you think everything's fine. You're like, I can run on that, and then
20% of your body weight.
Yeah, and then you lace your boots up and you go out to run. And it's like, I actually can't do this. And it's like, how am I ever going to get to a point where it's going to feel normal again? But
so what did you have to do to change your style of running?
I don't know if I've changed my style. I still look as uncoordinated as ever. But
still one foot in front of the other.
You are literally just. You're just repeating stuff that you never thought you'd ever have to repeat again, because you thought, I'm 2, I've learned to walk, sort of thing, and you're literally like it's hard to explain really. There's stuff, and we're so lucky with the game that you've got the physios and the treatment that you can get around it. But it was weird. It was horrible, really. I properly thought for a while. I was like.
Because it's something you take for granted, isn't it? Like you said, when you get up and you start walking, and then all of a sudden you're running, and then it's when you get injured, it's thinking about how you do it.
Yeah.
I remember I did Stella, and when you're acting, you go and they said just walk down the street, and I thought.
I can do that.
How do I walk?
There's nothing worse than that.
And all of a sudden, I was, and the director went, whoa, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm walking down the street. You don't walk like that. I was thinking about everything. And went, just walk naturally. And I thought, I don't know how I walk. Something you take for granted. It's something you take for granted. Yeah. And it's that when you're getting back to running, is this something then you have to think of your motor, how your gait worked and everything, or is it just something I'm big, I'm hard, I'm just getting on with it?
I remember working with a coach, and we were literally, I'd film myself running 10 metres, and it's like you'd then go back around the camera, watch yourself run 10 metres, what you do differently, you just try and repping it. But I think the hardest bit is you just expect it to be like a linear journey. Do you know what I mean? You're like, I trained yesterday and I got stronger, so tomorrow it'll be better, sort of thing. And then they ask you to do a completely different, change direction or eat. Like, it sounds stupid, but you can get up running, but often stopping's the hardest bit. Like when you've had an operation, like putting all that load through a joint. So
you have you had it screwed and
screwed, pinned, like tight ropes. So you tick one box off and you think, the next bit will be easier, and then often you feel like you've taken 3 steps backwards, sort of thing. I think that's the hardest thing, is you just expect every day they give you a timeline and they give you a date, and you think every day closer to that date it should just get better, but actually it just the ebbs and flows.
And as an athlete, you always are trying to get back sooner, aren't you? So the date might be the 19th of September. You're like, well, I can probably get back by the 1st of September, like you say. I can, and then you have a little setback, and everything just keeps moving.
Yeah, but then somehow it does work out. It always is that date you end up getting back, and
we spoke about before, haven't we? Like the medical department plays such a huge role in your mental well-being when you're injured, because you spend every day with them.
Yeah.
I always try and tell people, you know, if people come up and ask for a bit of advice now and again, they go, I'm injured, how do you get through the knee and everything? I say, there'll be one day you'll get up and you'll forget that you were injured. And then things will become natural again. Until that day, it's like when you get up and you're sore in the morning, and you get up one day and you forget about it, and then all of a sudden 2 days later you forget that and things become natural again. It's that process. It's having the mental ability when you get up and you don't feel right to be able to do the things that you'll get to, because there will be, like you say, you're running around now, you don't even think about getting up in the morning. So it's that process of getting to that point where you forget you were even injured. You know, but the hard bit is that 6 months, 9 months preparation, getting back, doing the tiny little details that they tell you, is the thing that's going to make the big difference in the end.
Yeah, it sounds awful, but like the best way to get over it is almost another injury, and that sounds awful, but like I've had a few, and like my ankle was, until I then did my shoulder. Every day I'd get up and before a warm-up, before I even went on the pitch, I was doing ankle mobs, I was doing this, that and the other to make it feel as close to 100%. Then all of a sudden you do your shoulder and you just completely forget that. And you look back and you're like, hang on a minute, when did I stop doing that, all that stuff before a game? When
They still have wobble boards? They still have them, the balance boards for your ankle?
No, the Bosu ball, I never want to see one of them again. But do you know what I mean? There came a point, and I couldn't tell you when it was, that you stopped doing all that stuff because you then focused on the other one, and then it just becomes normal again. It's crazy. But like you said, the physios and stuff, like they have to learn to not just deal with the actual injury itself, but like you as a human being. Do you know what I mean? Because you go on a bit of a roller coaster. I was a nightmare to work with. Like, I feel like I was anyway. Like if something wasn't going right, I was just, it just used to frustrate me so much. And they just learned to sort of ride that wave. And they're incredible.
Stick to Rugby is brought to you by Defender.
Let's talk about Leicester right now. A few changes that have happened. Michael Checker's gone, Jeff Parlin's in. How's that been? Is it
good. Really good. I've only been back in a couple of weeks, really. Obviously, we had a delayed start to the season, but I've enjoyed every minute working with Jeff. I think the great thing about Jeff is, I've said it to a few people, he's not too far disconnected from the DNA of the club. Do you know what I mean? He was a Leicester player, 10 years ago? So he knows what the club's about. He's a forwards-orientated head coach, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? He's a forward. He likes to line out stuff. So it's
a lot in common.
I've really enjoyed working with him. I feel like we've got a completely new squad. He put a stat up, like the average age of our squad at the minute is 24. So we've got a real young, exciting squad at Leicester, and I'm excited to see where we can take it.
Have you put any goals on the season so far? Or is it top 4?
I would never put a goal on a season other than to win. I think if you're not in it to win it, then
there we go.
Top 4.
Well, I'm speaking Welsh rugby, aren't I? We'd take top 4.
Well, honestly, we take top 8 at the moment.
Right, we would.
What do you know?
And you said earlier as well, obviously being named club captain for your club must be a huge honour as well.
Yeah. I'd put it right up there with one of the biggest rugby achievements I've had. Is that I've been a Leicester Tigers boy all my life. Family still sit in the same seats that we used to watch the games as season ticket holders, so they're there every week.
Couldn't get them any better ones.
No. It's awful, and I'll say our season tickets for our family are like in Rose Ed up in the
say
in the
that to the
nosebleeds.
camera.
So I'll say it to the camera. Sort it out. They still sit in the same spot. So it was proper special. I've got my younger brother at the club with me. I've got my youngest brother in the academy. So. Family were properly
One day, all three of them.
It'd be nice. Well, I still need to play.
But the Barretts.
We've not played together.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. So we've. I've not even played with Lewis yet, and we've been at the club together for 4 years. We just keep missing each other.
What position is he?
Second row. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's taller than me. He's big
Are you all second rows or?
Yeah, pretty much.
like
Yeah.
a-
I've got to be honest, it's going to be tough, 3 of you playing in the same team.
Yeah. Wow, that's where the old six trick might come in.
You
handy,
live with him as well, though, right?
Yeah, he lives with me. Yeah, younger brother lives
Just the
with me.
two of you?
Yeah. He moved in with me about a year ago.
Who does all the chores?
Me, I'm a bit OCD when it comes to
Are you?
cleaning. Yeah, I like it. I like things nice and tidy. Yeah.
What's the age gaps between all of you?
So there's 2.5 years between me and Lewis, the middle brother, and then there's 7 years between me and my youngest brother. So. Yeah, not too.
There's a chance, a good
far.
chance.
There's a
Awesome.
good chance. Yeah, there's a chance. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if like all 3 of you are in a squad?
That's sweet. I love stuff like that. It makes...
One comes off the bench and one goes off.
Yeah.
That'd be brutal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which one?
No, honestly, at this rate, I'd take it. Like I say, I've not played in the same. I've never ever played in because I was 2 years. So like the school year, we were at the same school. All 3 went to the same school, but me and Lewis were just that too far apart that we'd never play in the same school team.
Yeah.
So we've never ever played in the same rugby team, and yet we've always been at the same club as each other. So it's bizarre, really. So
It'll be it's special. The only problem is then, right? You like, especially back there, you're running around making sure nobody thumps you. You know what I mean? Normally it was my brother thumping me. That's kind of what happened. But it does take it takes it to a different level.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, no, I'd love to be able to play with him. Yeah.
Will you ship the younger brother in then if he gets into the
household?
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, there's 7 years between us, so I don't know if we'll, where we'll be. I don't even know if Lewis will still be living with me at that point. But
Who's the best cook, more importantly?
Lewis doesn't do any cooking.
Does he not?
Yeah, and I'm not great either, to be honest. But I'm going to give that one to myself over him. Yeah.
What's it like then in England camp having a top chef?
I can't fault the camp environment. You forget how to do your own washing, how to cook. You forget how to do anything. You go back home after 8 weeks of a Six Nations camp, and it's like, what?
Does he do
what
like
am I
little
supposed to do?
recipes for you? Does he give you any tips?
No.
At home?
I wouldn't even bother asking for it because I'd just butcher it, I reckon, if I tried at home. But
Do an
yeah,
omelette.
he's good at his job, yeah.
Omelette. It's one of the hardest things to cook, an omelette.
Oh, it's not. You're doing like 30 seconds.
What do you? A ready steady cook or something?
It's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, 3 eggs. Whisk it up really quick. Hot pan.
You put it under the grill, so it rises up.
Before we let you go, Ollie, we've got another game. This one, actually, reading it is quite a bit of a complex one. So obviously you've been in Tiger squads, England camps, Lions. We want you to think about the players who've excelled and who you would cast to the sin bin, but we're going to ask you a couple of questions based on this, okay?
No pressure.
So the hardest worker at training?
I'm just going to go attention to detail, like the most diligent player I've seen on off field, George Ford.
Oh,
Yeah, you
nice.
say that.
It has to be. Like, every day. Like, before, you talk about injuries, he's doing pre-ab before every session, and then he's out last kicking. Like, his attention to detail is like...
He's going to end up being a coach, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. When you play with him, he basically is a coach. Like, he orchestrates the attack stuff so well. Like,
Everyone rates him so highly, don't they?
He's such a nice bloke as well. Earliest to rise?
Earliest to rise. I don't know if he's the earliest, but Genji and a few of the boys in a few of the camps had like a 6 a.m. sauna club, so they'd be up at like... Basically, all the boys were kids.
Is that when they're coming home, or...?
I think basically all the boys were kids. They used to being up early anyway, so they were like, right, if I'm going to get up, we might as well go down. So they'd be up in the sauna. So I know Genji can be an early riser. Yeah.
Nice. Worst dressed?
He knows I'm going to say Freddie
Scott.
Stewart.
Oh, sorry.
He knows I'm going to give him stick. But actually, that's more of a joke. There are obviously people that are way... You had him on here a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Freddie, he's actually quite well dressed, but I'd just try and give him a stick. Worst dressed would have to be... Oh, it's a tough one. There's so many...
You could just leave it with Freddie if you want.
Yeah, we'll leave it with Fred for now.
How is Fred worse dressed when he's actually got a decent clothes sponsor as well?
He wears some... Like, he wears like 5 items, like really good clothing, but they just never seem to...
With sandals.
Yeah.
It's weird. I got a good video of him coming to training that he looked like a painter decorator, and he was like, he was going to view a house afterwards. I was like, they're going to think you're there to do the walls. It was
He needs to work on his TikTok.
Most cultured?
most cultured. Joe Hayes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the stuff recently. Like, he's loves his history, like massive into his history. He did like I wasn't there in Argentina, but when the lads got to Washington, he did like a guided tour for the whole squad around like the monuments in Washington.
That's
and then
cool.
like he keeps some weird stuff in his locker at OP, like just like hot, like different sauces and stuff. We went to an away game once, playing Biarritz away. Bayonne away. We stayed in Biarritz. Youngest had to get sweets for the changing room, so JVPs had to get sweets for the changing room, and Hayes was like, "I'll come down with you," thinking, "Oh, he's going to get some sweets that he wants." He came out with like a jar of foie gras and some salami and stuff like that. I was like, that sums him up. Yeah.
Haven't had a half time. Foie gras at half time.
Oh, that'd be Peter now.
Best music taste?
Best music taste. I'll give it to Jamison Gibson Park. Was on music for the whole Lions tour, and he smashed it out of the park. So I'll give it to him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Biggest moaner? And it's not Shanks.
Dan Cole. Like, without a doubt, Dan Cole. Yeah. Ever the pessimist. Yeah. So yeah.
The video of him doing Stone Cold Steve Austin is class.
Genius, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like,
genius. He's funny with it. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's annoying mo, but it's just like. He's a proper cynic, yeah.
Sometimes moaning
He's back to the club as well.
I know exactly.
He's still around, yeah, he can't let go, so yeah.
He's back because that's it, I'm retiring. No, I've had enough. I'm back. Bye, boys.
I love moaners because when you're knackered and things aren't going right, sometimes I just don't want to be sat next to someone who's
positive,
super energy.
Luckily, we've got you.
Exactly. I want to sit someone next to someone who's going through it the same as me.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah, that's what you.
And then make you feel better. Yeah.
Best singer?
Best singer. This is a tough one because there aren't many. We've got a young lad at Leicester called Josh Manns, and I'm pretty sure he had to decide between like the drama and arts school or a pro rugby contract at Tigers, and he chose rugby, but he still does. So I'll give it to Manzi. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Different, isn't it?
Funniest.
This is gonna be I don't know. This is a tough one. Someone like Genji would be but he's more just like the practical jokes. I'm trying to think who like do you know what I mean? When you're around, you're in absolute tears. I don't know. I'll give it to Genji tonight. For now, I can't think of the top.
And then final one, best role model for young fans. I
mean, the obvious one for my first answer would be George Ford, but then someone who was a massive role model for me was Julian Montoya when he was at Leicester. Just as a but the way to be as a human being as well. Do you know what I mean? Like a proper good human being. So I'd say I'll give Julian that one. Yeah.
Nice. Ollie, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on Stick to Rugby. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Ollie.
Have a great season.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you very much.
It. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
That question I asked you about where you want to finish was from Jeff Parley, mate. So you passed the test.